you gotta cherish the life that we have, because like you don't know when we're gonna go, and you want to be able to leave something here to continue your name and what you put out here, what you've inspired, what you manifested, what you brought to so many people that help flourish.
Peace, and welcome to the Art4Artists podcast, where we explore the experience of an artist, one artist at a time. I'm your host, Dios Mac, and today we got a New York modeling legend. We got a New York art legend. We got a New York business legend. We got a legend. Like I say that about most of the people that come to this couch now. It wasn't a couch before, but I say that about a lot of people. This man is a legend. Energetic. You can't meet this person without feeling that energy. As if you meeting somebody that's on fire. You don't see it, but he's on fire. He might be smoking something. He's on fire for real. All right? This is my homie, my brother. I watched him kill runways for years on end. To then see him get in his acting bag, get in his commercial bag, get on a beat and go crazy. Make 2 fire-ass kids. 2 fatherhood is nothing to him. That's light.
3 actually.
3. Black man, model, artist, creator, businessman, father. This is Xavier Banks, bro.
Good, man.
Love, peace. Happy to have you here, bro, for real.
Thank you for inviting me, bro.
Yeah. How you feeling?
I feel great. I mean, I feel blessed, and if it got any better, I think it was a setup.
That's a clip already. That's a clip. Let's get to the questions, because he's going to go clip for clip. It's going to be too much. Tell us a little bit about your background and how did you get into art?
Well, my background is I'm African-American, born and raised in New York, Harlem, right here as we speak. I was raised in the system, also raised with my family in a way. So I'm going to give you a little bit as an example of that. So my grandmother raised me for about a bit of my life, but majority of my life I was pretty much raised in the system. And from there, it just only molded me to just be the person that I am today.
What for them and for me, what system?
The foster care system. So I was actually under like orphanage and passed around different families, upstate, all of the whole procedure that everyone says that they went through. I done done it all.
So with that, how did you find yourself into art one, but creativity? How did that factor into something because I can't even imagine it. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, that's a good question to ask, because that's something that I really had to harness on myself, and really at a young age too, I had to manifest, and not even knowing what manifest was at this time. I had to literally speak into existence without even speaking. And at this time I was so scared because what I was going through that I was speaking my mind. So I wouldn't even speak verbally out loud because I was scared of what I would say and if it would come true or not. I didn't even know what was going on. I'm a young kid going on, going through whatever you're going through. So
right.
In your head, you can think of whatever you want to think of. And usually kids are just thinking of, fun, crazy adventure shit. But what I was going through had made me start thinking of way more realistic realities things. So as an example, I would think, I would be riding in a car somewhere, and if I'm looking in the building, passing it, in my head I would be like, I won't wind up knowing someone in that building. 3 months, 2 years, maybe 4 years down the line, I'm gonna wind up running into someone and being able to be in that building. And that right there it taught me something. At that young age, it was like a cheat code. It just opened the door, and I was like, oh wow, there is a light on this side. So from there, I was able to just teach myself every day with that little method. That little method at a young age, I was using that to just build, harness, craft, grow, manifest, grow. You understand? Pursuit, in all of those ways. And with the negative shit that was going on and things shifting in my world. So it was like a yin and a yang. It was like I was playing in both worlds, and I had to decide. So it was a hard choice for me to make because it was a lot of things that was holding me back and keeping me from, uh, pelicing to the next level.
That's crazy. I feel like that's one of the things that like I love is how you answered that question. Like a lot of people get into art with a moment, but I feel like you manifested yourself. And I feel like a lot of like even the idea of like artistically, one of the greatest things, like one of the last episodes, somebody answered like the greatest creation he ever made was him.
Mm-hmm.
And that does like even to look at it that way is like you are manifesting yourself through everything you go through. How you respond to the bad shit, how you take on the good shit, but
Right.
you're molding yourself out of everything that happens to you, right? But I feel like creating, because I think that's one of the most beautiful things to do is like when you start creating an artist out of the life that you experience. Like,
Right.
what does this artist have to say for the world? Because it could be super big, massive. It could be in every conversation you have. It could be like, oh, I'm trying to make art for a global scale and I need people in Africa to feel this. Like, but regardless, is like wherever the stage is, whatever it is, like again, it could be simply the stage of I am looking at me. I am my only audience, and I got to make sure that I artistically and manifestedly, I wish that was a word, but I manifest my own vision of what this life should be. And not to jump ahead, but I feel like that's what's beautiful about your, like, that's why I had to mention you being a father in your intro.
Yeah.
Because to be something that you did not experience is godly. Like, that's like, I did not feel this. There was this thing that I knew was not there my entire childhood, and I'm gonna be that.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be like that's.
No, I'm gonna be better than that.
That's the part. I'm gonna be better because I'm gonna be better than this fucking empty image, this cutout that's not
that I always wanted that wasn't there. There's a glimpse of invisible energy or invisible force that I wanted there.
Yeah.
Which causes a lot of kids that you understand and see today the friction that they're in because they have a maybe their mom is just home and their dad is not, or the dad is home and the mom is not. There's always it's a messed up cycle. It's so messed up, and it's like we don't try our best to keep that from happening. We just allow it to happen. So that's just a poison. That's literally a virus right there.
What I feel like because if I look at the questions, right, the second question goes to what struggles did you find along your journey that may have kept you from making art. And I feel like you may have answered that, but I feel like my energy is telling me to still ask you.
Nah, I'm gonna say because there's many struggles for me. I can't say for anyone else but me. The struggles that I've made was lack of confidence and procrastination. So, and doubtment. I would doubt myself so many ways and so many times that it manifested powerfully where people that I didn't know from a hole in the wall would just come and just bring their energy on me, which was like a ton of weight. Where it was like I had felt like I needed to just listen to it, where I should have never allowed my ears to even be open to it. So like,
I'm not gonna front, that shit hit for me just now. So I felt like I just heard myself talk. Like, what the fuck?
So it was really kind of like messed up because it was like, it's like someone just coming putting their problems on you that has nothing to do with what you're going through. You got your own problems, but you ain't out here, speaking to anyone about your problems. But someone just put theirs on you, and now you got yours and theirs, and you're trying to figure out how to handle theirs on top of yours. So it's like that's what I was juggling with during those times and those stages, and that's what I can say. And even still, times right now, I go, in and out of certain stages with that, which I'm still like manifesting and reading and teaching myself how to just just to get away from that. But like procrastination was really the biggest thing.
Right.
Doubting myself in ways where it's like I didn't need anyone else to doubt me because I had already doubted myself. I had family members that was actually my flesh and blood that was putting me down and made me feel like what I was saying to myself was real because what they were saying to me. So it was like a trickle effect. And one thing I can say is that, like, you know, the words that we tell ourselves is way more powerful than what we can tell others first. And when you look in the mirror and see your soul and understand that you can really like find yourself by really like really looking in your soul and looking at yourself in the mirror and understanding who you are, it'll teach you a powerful thing about like believing in yourself in ways that you would just never understand. And like,
that's a clip. That's a clip. Yo, you just went in, bro. That's a clip. Oh my god. Ugh. What is your most prized creation and why?
bro, my most prized creation is my children, and that's because looking in this world that we see right now, it's like it's like looking at plants. It's like you see the cycle of life and how beautiful it is. And when you become a parent, you understand the whole definition of the cycle of life. And it's called the tree of life, the egg of life. And those things right there are so important because it shows you how to love unconditionally, not just for your kids, but for others. People that you don't know, people that you want to know, people that you hate, all of that, because it's like life is so precious. Life is so important. Life is so beautiful that waking up every day is a blessing. And when you accept that, that's a gift itself. You don't need you don't really need many things. You don't really need that much.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So having my kids to be able to wake up every day, see them growing up, being able to bond, teaching them things, laughing with them, you know, even when they're crying, it's like it's all a beautiful blessing because it's like I see life so differently. Like I'm looking at elders and I'm like, yo, what was the cycle of life that you went through? What was the cycle of life? And I'm not trying to like fully, you know, go back there, but like, yeah, I want to kind of go back there because it's like I need to know. I kind of need to know because it'll probably help me survive to be able to create a cycle that I can now have my kids go back and be like, yo, my dad such and such has been such, and you gotta like, it's just a beautiful thing to see. And you'll only see that when you have those type of precious things.
That's a fact.
And saying like, yeah, you can be like, oh, I got a fucking Maybach, and it's like, that's my best material. Shit is it could blow up. Like, yeah, but that your child, your essence, your legacy is a difference. It's like you don't want nothing but good to happen for that. You only want the best because it's you. It's literally you walking on this earth once you're born. So when you understand those things, life is like a different journey for you.
Shout outs to black fathers, shout outs to young black fathers, shout outs to model niggas that's fathers, and shout outs to beautiful babies.
Yeah, man. Beautiful shout out to the fathers that's out here doing it. We actually are here. It's just making it seem like we're not. So
present. What do you see for you and your art if you could paint your future?
I just see myself just being the father that I am today, growing to be. Also being able to just, you know, help others in ways because it's like just being that alone can inspire so many people. And if that is a message alone that can just teach someone else to save a younger life, to be something better, then I'm okay with that. Yeah. And then I fulfilled so many other things. It's like this is something else that I need to learn how to fulfill now. So it's bigger than me and you.
So painting your future is literally painting whatever comes next after this road that you're on.
Right.
That's insane. Like
look at it like this. You get a canvas, you don't know what you're gonna paint. No clue. Every canvas you've gotten right here, you just freestyled it, which you're supposed to do. Yeah. And that's you freeing your mind. So when you free your mind from all realms and anything that can channel or block you and stop you from being able to just soar, fly, and just go sky high, you allow yourself to create the way you are. None of these are stagnant. These are all beautiful pieces that are free flow. Yeah. You freed your mind.
Damn, I'm not gonna front. This is a whole different segment that I never expected the show to go to, but I feel like now follow me on this. I feel like when you create a child, that's the freest flow that's ever made, and that's why a baby comes from it. The man has to fully free himself and not think. You can't think of consequence. You can't think of what's after. You can't think of 9 months. You can't think of 18 years. You can't think of none of that. In that moment where life actually happens, that's the greatest free flow in history.
Yeah.
Because this man literally, like, in that moment, I feel like every time, because I consider myself a pull-out master. Pull out Bruce Lee.
Right.
When it comes to, I'm taking that shit, right?
Everyone, I mean, I can say I consider myself that as well too, but it's like one thing I do consider myself to be is a creator, and that's what I am. You understand?
You can't take yourself from what you are.
I can't take myself from being a creator. What I hold is powerful. I'm a creator. The woman is the nurturer. So when I understand my role, and as I get older, and I see older people getting older, and I see family members that are passing away from being older, and you just meeting that age, it just makes me understand, like, do you want to grow old and alone on this earth? Like one of my closest friends, you understand, Michael Arnold, his name is Toast. He goes by the name of Toast, but he recently passed away, and he passed away on overdose in LA. And one thing about him, it just really, like, it hurt me because I don't consider a lot of people, friends in my circle, unless if I really, really know them. And him, I knew him like I know you. And I cried for him because I was like, this shit hurts me, because I was more hurt for the fact that he wasn't able to leave a legacy behind. You understand?
Yeah, respect.
It really trickled me, because it was like I wanted to be able to see. And just today, as I was on the train, I saw a kid that just reminded me of him, and I was like, I just felt like he was just like trying to connect with me in a way. It was like, you understand, because this is things that he do. He's just in that type of lifestyle. He loved the film. He loved He loved the film life. He loved the music. He loved the DJ. So like he changed his life, and not only did he change his life, but I saved him from in many different ways. I helped him change his life. So that's why I feel so affected by it. And like, I just want to say, like, like, you gotta cherish the life that we have, because like you don't know when we're gonna go, and you want to be able to leave something here to continue your name and what you put out here, what you've inspired, what you manifested, what you brought to so many people that help flourish. You want that to continue, because tomorrow we can wake up and forget it, because a disaster can happen that can change our whole mindset. But there's memories that we will never forget, like that whole disaster mindset right there. So if something like that happened, but at the same time we can still remember, I was starving one time and I didn't have nothing but Mac. You fed me. You understand? And I was broke and couldn't get home, but yet you gave me money to get home. Those are memorable moments, and it's like, yeah, we can remember that with my friend, but it's like, to have his legacy here is more of an essence. That's
I feel
powerful. It's just something that like it really affected me, and I was like, that's what made me just really cherish being a father more, and just loving these beautiful moments. And it's like, I feel like my time is on a pause.
That's beautiful. I feel like that's such a beautiful sentiment, because like, and in all honesty, like, I get to these moments where I'm like there's been countless times that I could have made that leap. You feel me? And I feel like that's why I have this connection with art, because these things feel like my children. These things feel like a moment where it's like, I'm gonna keep leaving these things here, and hopefully, when I go, somebody sees them. Somebody may never see them, but my kid, you feel me? So I feel like
eventually they're gonna see it.
Exactly. And I feel like, it's funny, I feel like you are a beautiful example, right? Because it was this absence, you filled it, because you knew this is what I needed all my life, right? I feel on my side is kind of different where I had this one example, which is my dad, and I look at him and I'm like, this is how you're supposed to be a dad. So me doing it, I'm not trying to shoot up any club. You feel me? I gotta wait because I know that example makes me proud to say I could be a dad one day. But I got like the way I do it. I've had countless women that are like, it could have been a moment, it could have been a thing, it could have been a kid, but the way I like feel about fatherhood is too heavy. It's too heavy for me to make like, oh, this was a slip up I wasn't expect. I want to do it with somebody that's like my woman from like I want this child to have a unified front. You feel me? Like see a mother and a dad.
A lot of us as men, we don't pay attention to that, and a lot of men just slip up into situations where it's like they make a mistake and they're like, yo, you gotta lay in the bed you make, which is insane. And it's like, you won't have to do that if you hold your essence in a way where it's like you don't gotta just keep giving it up. Like women are different from men. We only have one nut, you understand? So it's like we gotta be careful about what we pass and give out. That's an energy. That's a powerful energy. A woman they have several different ways of exerting energy. They can look and give you energy. They can actually, sexually give you energy. They can kiss you and give you energy. They can just, light, smile and give you energy.
She looked too long. That's gonna be enough energy.
It's enough energy. So it's like we gotta just, keep that in mind and understand, like, yeah, you can say you want to, get this woman pregnant. You be like, oh, that's the perfect woman for me. You don't never know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow.
Never know.
Yeah.
And
you're
it's
right.
like, I'm a perfect example because I was like, yo, I'm never gonna have kids. So I was like, yo, I'm never gonna have kids. Fuck that. I'm gonna be this top model. I'm just be this nigga out here fucking bitches, all types of extra shit. Yeah. It's like, that was the old me, you know what I'm saying? And it's people out here right now who still think that I'm like that.
That's a fact. They always see the same person.
I'm okay with that. Like, I'm totally fine because at the end of the day, it's saving me so much. It's saving me less of a headache because it's like, you know what? I already know what you're gonna see and just predict me for. I'm way past that. I'm bigger than that. I don't need you to understand that. I don't need you to feel or see that because you're so blindsided by what you can really see in society and reality that perception has been lying to you your whole entire life. So, I mean, even if I was standing in a 24 karat gold, you wouldn't believe it. You would probably think it was fucking dirt.
Yo, my homie said, if I walked on water, you'd probably say it's because I can't swim.
Exactly.
What? Like why? It's like a hater gonna find a way regardless. It's like you got $1 million. It's because you couldn't get to, nigga. Like, nah. All right. So, all right. We painted the future. If you had one chance to motivate the next creator to get up and start their journey, what would you tell them?
Well, I have, like I explained, my friend Mike Toast. He was homeless, and when he was living in New York, he didn't really have that many places to go. So we were always like, chill and vibe together, and we created this thing called Finesse every day. So as young artists, we would teach each other to get into these places, into these establishments. It was like brothers of class in a way, but just in the streets. So I took it like that because, I came from a certain school where I had that type of establishment. I wasn't a part of it. I saw it, I observed it, and I was like, I want to take this and learn from it in a way where I can teach my people because I wasn't able to be on that, to get into that, into that class. Long story short, I just became friends with a group of my friends and I would teach them every day because I knew I was pretty much time traveling in a way. I was like coming from certain different environments, like up here in Harlem. So I had certain legacies that I could look back and learn from, and they didn't. They came from certain different areas. So it was like, as me being a friend and me being who I am, I was like, I need to build my team. You know what I'm saying? And I can't be the only person that's like lit and looking like the motherfucking man. I'm trying to be the man. If my niggas ain't doing the same thing. So I was, teaching them. We was teaching each other how to like finesse and get into these parties and these events to book these gigs, to get booked for modeling and shit like that. And then one day, like I got him a job for catering. So it's like those things like that. I look at as like as opening the door for a person, and I don't want nothing from it because I just want you to win. And if you're shining and winning, then I know that I won because now, if at any given point in time, if I ever fell, I know that you can always lend a hand and help me. The same as if I'm up and you ever came to me, I will always open my door and help you because I know it's vice versa.
So, damn. So that answer, low key, is like, because I love that idea, and I feel like that's why, especially me and you, right? As models, that's modeled for as long as we have, right? Because I met you in a whole different time, whole different space, and now we're all the way here. I feel like you only get longevity from paying it forward. Somebody got that Hellcat SRT. God damn. So, like, but I feel like you only survive long when you like do things like that. Like you pay it forward. You give the energy forward. You see somebody approaches you and says, how do I do what you're doing? You do not sit there and be like, I can't tell you that because of this, that, and the third. No, you tell them exactly how to do it. And somebody came to me today and asked me to help them with audio for something they want to shoot. I could either say, okay, my rate is $150 and you could pay me per hour. Or I could say, I know exactly how you can do it for yourself, and I want you to be able to make as many videos as you can. I never want to cage somebody from being able to create as much as I create because I know what it feels like. And just like you never wanted to cage anybody from being able to walk the runways. If you got it to make it to this opportunity that I did, and you got what it takes to go through the train rides, the open castings, the fucking, I walked into Jeremy Scott and he rejected me when I walked in.
The told nose.
The nose to your face.
Yeah. I still hear nose. And I'm okay with it.
Nigga, the crazy part, you walk up and they say, okay, thank you, bye.
Oh, we'll email you in a few days.
Like these things that they're gonna tell you to your face. Are you ready?
It's called white lies. And it's like you gotta accept the white lies and know that you're telling yourself the truth.
Right.
Tell yourself the truth.
Whoa. Know that they're telling you white lies and you know you're telling the truth.
You gotta tell yourself the truth before you walk in that room with the white lies that's already been casted on you. That's why I made a song called Broken Opinions. Because it's like when you sit in a room with people with broken opinions, and I mean my thought process, their broken opinions can actually
affect you. Yeah,
affect them and affect you. Because they're affecting one another. It's waves, it's frequencies. It's frequencies, you know what I'm saying? If a radio was jammed right now and it was fucking up, it would not only fuck up your frequency, it would fuck up my frequency. Because it's a powerful frequency. So that's pretty much what I was, pretty much what I'm explaining. Like, yeah.
You did it, bro. 5 for 5. You ain't miss a question. You didn't miss us. Everything was heat. I'm so great. I'm so hype about this episode. I just wanted to check it was still recording. That's how fire this. All right. Plug them in. We've reached the end. I'm so grateful for this episode. I'm so happy.
All the questions?
Yeah, that's all the questions, bro. We don't need no more from you, brother. You did it. You went above and beyond. What we need from you now is just plug them in to where they can find you on socials.
So you can catch me on Xavier Banks. That's my social media, but my name will pop up way sooner than that because I'm already like living many different ways without a blue check. I only get the blue checks if you understand what I mean. So you can catch me on that. You can also catch me on Twitch, which is my name, Dirty Lord X. And also my music, which I'm pretty much streaming soon, which is going to be Javi, which is probably going to be my stage name. So yeah, catch me soon, guys. Peace.
Yo, and we're out.